and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, love, laugh, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Fay on ubnradio.com.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California, Universal Broadcasting Network, and every Thursday on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA. AM 1050 out of Loma Linda. And this is a show about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words, no Kardashian talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show, your life, and how you can get to balance and happiness 88% of the time. And the first thing I wanted to do today was, if you're listening to this live, it's Tuesday, October the 13th. Come join me in Culver City tonight at 7:30. I will be on stage with the amazing Agape International Spiritual Choir, and we are singing for an advance screening of Oprah's network. It's called Belief, and it's this fantastic series about beliefs and what beliefs people have all over the world. Very phenomenal. And we have a special arrangement that Agape, where I get my positive roots watered, gets to have an advanced screening, and it's free. So if you're anywhere in Southern California, I'll see you tonight at 7:30. And yes, I did mention that this is a show about hope and happiness. So all of my guests and the topics are all about how we can be filled with more hope and happiness. And every second week of the month, I have a special series called Call-ins. And that's when people call in to get their life tires balanced and their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today is actually, I forgot to say, my 180th week on the air. And I wanted to thank all of my listeners, all of the people who make this show possible, all of my sponsors, and anybody who gives me the finger. I'm just kidding. The thumbs up at Dr. Marissa. Thank you so much. My YouTube views are up now, 34,200 from last year. So again, thank you so much. If you've missed any of my past call-ins or my sexual healing series or any of my fabulous guests, like Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, Don Miguel Ruiz, Gloria Allred, Dawn Wells, Marianne from Gilligan's Island, Dr. John Gray. Let's see, Bishop Carlton was on recently, Pat Allen. I mean, there's so many fabulous guests, and I do have my series with American Sign Language interpreters on staff. So our community, for our deaf community series, where they can also listen to radio. Please do find those anywhere. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, you name it, you'll find it. Dr. Marissa at you, coming at you, your cheerleader for happiness 88% of the time. And so going to our call-ins, we thought I asked my co-producer, Jarvis Essex, and who does a fabulous job too. He gets a little applause today. I would not be able to do the call-ins without him, because he sets it all up and makes sure that I'm the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura and not have people wait on hold. But I thought it would be interesting to go back and revisit. We've been doing call-ins now for a couple of years to find out if any of the advice that I'm not using, that I give to them, is actually working or not. So I would like to have back on the air today 2 callers, one from North Carolina, and we'll start with Stacy, and then Lynn from DC. So without further ado, please welcome to the air North Carolina, Stacy.
Hi.
Hi, darling. Welcome back.
Thank you. Well, let me say congratulations for your 180th show.
Thank you. Yes, it's hard to believe.
That's
I use
awesome.
oil of Olay, and I'm ageless, so you can't tell that I've done
Absolutely.
that many. Great. And I just want to connect with you first. We're not going to go through the whole assessment. We'll just jump into talking. But the first thing I do like to do, since you're not right beside me, is connect with you through breath. So eyes gently closed, feet on the ground, palms up, taking a deep breath in through your nose. And releasing all the stories and the drama. And a deep breath in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. And release. And when you're ready, open your eyes. All right. So, refresh me last time where we left off.
So last time I was relocating to North Carolina, and I was entering into a new relationship. So you gave me some advice on how to kind of stop, blaming the external for what's going on and actually looking internally as to my concerns with the new relationship and the move.
Okay. And how did that work? should I ask how it worked or not? I'm just totally
Can
setting
you
myself
feel me
up
right
here.
now?
Yeah, it didn't work so well, did it? That's why you're on again. Yeah, Jarvis, I told you only to have people that it worked. It worked for a little while. I'll take that. Okay, tell me how it did work.
And I'm always aware of it. So one thing it did, it made me conscious of it.
Okay.
So I guess that's the first step for me, is being aware in the moment, because the day-to-day of, moving in with somebody and kind of somebody you've never been with before, like in the same state, it's new, and I'm somebody who's very used to being by myself.
Uh-huh. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Huh?
I said I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you hear it? Sarcasm is another service I offer.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if I would have actually advised you to do that, but there was something. I don't think you were fully forthright with your details, because I don't know if I would have necessarily advised you to go move and then move in with someone. But anyways, okay, so you did that.
Well, no. I had already, the ball was already rolling when we talked.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
All
you were
right.
actually trying to help me work through the decision that was already made.
Okay.
So that I can make it a better experience. Yeah.
Okay.
I should have talked to you beforehand.
Thank you for that. The woulda, shoulda, coulda, armchair quarterback. Okay, so
I realize
did.
that now.
So it did help you for a little. But let me reframe something for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to say that. Okay, because everything that happens to us is for our divine good. Everything, even the parts that don't feel good, even the parts that don't end up well. Okay,
Right.
so how long were you living with him?
It's been 2 months now.
Okay, so you've lived with him for 2 months. You've had this relationship for how long?
A year.
A year. So in this year and 2 months, what was birthed in you? What developed in you that is for your divine and best good? What quality, skill, or ability do you have now as a direct result of the year and the 2 months that you didn't have before? Little more wisdom, little more tolerance, little more patience.
Definitely a little bit more wisdom and patience.
Okay. So there's no, this was what was supposed to happen for you to develop that level of that, and some self-awareness that you also. So I don't want you to beat yourself up for this or why did I do this and I should have done that, even though talking to me first would have been better, but but I don't want you
Let's
to
just keep it real.
Yeah. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, because I have a feeling that this was good for you. I mean, not in the way that you had hoped, but okay. So where are you now? So let me ask you a couple questions. When you're with him and in this situation, is it 80% good? Be honest. No, Good. Okay. So then if it's not 80% good, okay, and I get this from Don Miguel Ruiz, who was also on my show. Love the book Mastery of Love. So if you like the 4 Agreements, you're going to love this book called Mastery of Love. And he says, one of the common misconceptions is that there's only one, or there's only a soulmate, and there's very few out there for you. And the reality is there's many, many people that will love you, and many, many people that you will love. And when you're with someone that you would rather have them be someone who they are not, like if they were different, I would be happier. Or if they would be different, this relationship would be better. If you're in that situation, if you're constantly asking someone to be different than who they are most of the time, okay, then it's time to let them go. Not let you go. I mean, you let you go too, but it's an act of kindness for that to allow that person to be with someone who likes them 80% of the time exactly the way they are, and vice versa. Right. So if you're with someone that is constantly not liking who you are and you're not liking who they are, one of the horrible things that happened in the generation before us is they stayed married. And they probably shouldn't. Now, our generation, maybe we're a little too quick to say, kick them to the curb. So we're trying to find some balance. But if you are honestly in that 80%, now it becomes time. How do we make the changes in the kindest possible way? Okay. So the reality is you're in a different place than home. Okay. And you're not happy 88% of the time.
Right.
And you're not happy with him 80% of the time.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your next move? Before you make it, now you're talking to me.
You know what? That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm stuck because this isn't like a little move. I moved across the country and I moved my entire life. Mm-hmm. I'm under the impression that this was it.
Right.
This was my husband,
Right.
And so it's very, right now I don't know what the next step is.
Okay.
I mean, all I have been doing is focusing on the positive for the reason, why I'm here. Mm-hmm. And
good.
Although that's really hard on the day-to-day,
Are you working?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, that's part of it. I mean, your whole raison d'etre, or reason for being, is to, test out this, lease before the option to buy on a relationship that isn't. It looks like the lease is going to be a short-term lease instead of a long-term lease. So, where have you had now? Does he feel the same way for you, or is he more invested now?
Yeah, he's more invested.
Okay, so he
he
thinks
still happy.
Oh, he's still happy. Okay.
Yeah.
He's singing Pharrell Williams' song, right?
Yeah, it's almost like because I'm here, he's happy.
Okay. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, so it's time to do that thing that you just hate doing, which is the sit-down talk. Yeah. And did he move you out here? Where you are? Okay. Financially, he moved you out there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, and so what? Okay, let's look at our options.
Okay.
Okay, close your eyes. Take a breath. Okay. Open your eyes. One option is you give it a little more time. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that is, I know you can say, but I don't have a lot of time. I got to get this thing moving. I want to be married, and it ain't this one. And I got to get going. I got to, start dating again. In the scheme of things, how old are you?
32.
Okay. So you got that bio clock going. I get that. I get that. But you did do a big move, and it was a year. Okay. And you've been living for 2 months. I would say give it another 6 months. 8's a lucky number in Chinese. I do everything around 8. So the total would be 8 months. And you really, 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 you go try to find some work. You can get a temporary job so you have something going on outside. You stop looking at him as a husband. all you care about is, does this feel good right now? Does this feel good right now? Am I happy right now? Am I happy? No matter, so you're not looking for, oh my gosh, he doesn't do this, and how would he be a good father, and how is he going to be a good, caretaker or provider if he doesn't do this or doesn't that? All those things that are in your head, with your critic and finding reasons why this is not going to work. Okay. All of those are working against you right now. So if you can suspend for 6 months and just say, look, I'm here. This was a big move. Okay. I've got a lot of things that I know that are working against this. One is I've got my bio clock working, and I have a feeling you're a little bit of a perfectionist. Okay, that was a yes. Okay. Yes. So, darling, there's that stuff you can work on right now, because you're not going to find the perfect man. They just do not exist. Trust me, I know. So, and I'm a recovering perfectionist too. So I want to know, I know right now you think he's not 80%, but I want to be sure, because you've got a lot of things, like you've been alone for a while, you like being alone, and that's a huge thing. You put anybody, you can have Prince Charming in there, and you could find something wrong with him, because you just, you're used to doing your stuff your way, no reporting to anyone. You do whatever you trust me, I know this song. It's called What Do You Mean I Can't Live on a Desert Island? And I can. I prefer it. So that part of you is still driving your life car, and I want to put that part of you in a passenger seat to give this a good college try, to give it a good grad school try, because you obviously liked him enough for the year that you weren't moving out there. Okay. That you wanted to move out there. So there's something there. Would you say that in that year you thought he was an 80%?
Yeah.
Thank you. So for me, going from 8, like if you said no, you had warning signs and you weren't sure then, but you moved out anyways because it was free, that's a little different than it's it was in 80%. And this period is a normal, okay, number one, it's not easy living with anyone when you've been on your own for a long time, right? And you're out of your element. You don't have your favorite store. You don't have your favorite, hangout friend. You don't have your favorite anything. So cut yourself some slack. You need some time to feel, what I would have suggested was not to move in with him, but that's a little late. So you're already there. So one thing I want you to do is when he's at work, you find something that you like to do that's out of the house. Okay. That's number one. You have to establish that part of you. I remember when I was young, I used to think the perfect marriage would be, you have a joint room, and then he has his own room, and then I have my own room. Maybe that's why my marriage didn't work. But I really believe, especially for our generation, women, we've come a long way, baby. And we need our space, and we need our stuff that we like to do on our own. I need my downtime. I am not good. I mean, my perfect relationship is seeing someone once a month on a weekend. I think that's like perfect. That's the other reason why I'm single. So, because most of the guys want a little more than that. Okay. But you went from 0 or a selective choice to 150%. So of course you're not feeling comfortable. Of course you're not 80% happy. Of course you're not 88% happy. So you have to take care of you. He can't do that. So you get to the point where there's meetups. Meetups are fabulous tools to find something. What is something you like to do? And while you're thinking,
I like hiking.
You like what? Hiking?
Yeah.
Oh, hiking's against my religion, but this is about you and not me. So join a meetup. Are there places to go there to hike?
Yeah, it's beautiful here. There's so many national forests here. Go hiking.
Yeah, and that's your time.
Yeah.
So when he's at work, you go hiking. And when you're hiking, on the way to hiking, on the way back to hiking, on thinking about hiking, I bet you're going to come across some volunteer position or maybe some part-time position to be working outside in Mother Nature, doing something like that. I mean, I can just feel that. It's going to happen. And then what happens is you are going to be the boss of your happiness. And then you're going to like to spend time with someone. Right now, you're all resentful. I gave up everything, and I had all my hopes up.
Wait, are you here?
I know.
Somebody.
I know. I'm in your head. The people say that all the time. Wait, you're reading my mind. Yeah, my mind's like a dangerous neighborhood. You don't want to go in there alone, but I can go into your mind. And if you've just tuned in and you're listening to some laughter, yes, you are listening to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. And we are at our second week of the month doing our call-ins. And we have with us again, Stacy this time from North Carolina. And we're revisiting. We're stopping. We didn't have her in time to stop her from moving. We got her after she moved, but now we've got her in time to stop her from moving back right away. So 6 months. Can you give me 6 months?
I can give you 6 months.
Okay, he's going to have to pay me if this works out. So
totally.
6 months, and what is your job? What is your homework? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to try to get some work, some part-time work, and I'm going to stop looking at him and with expectation.
Yes.
I'm going to ask myself, does this feel good right now? And try to be present, and then I'm going to find something that I like to do outside of the house while he's at work.
Yes, and here's this is what I really, really, really want you to hear. How lucky are you that you get to start a brand new chapter in life, in this thing called life, in a completely different place with a completely blank slate that you get to create. You don't have to look for part-time work. You get to find something to occupy your senses of delight, because there's no pressure to do it. And you get to play. You get to find work that you can play at. I mean, that's your job. That's your job right now. This is called the next chapter in your life, which is I get to start anew in a different state for free, for fun. I mean, how cool is that? I get to choose my new friends. I get to choose my new favorite haunts. I get to explore. I get to have a date with Mother Nature any day I want. I get to go play on meetups. I get to all those things that you've always wanted to do but never had time to do. Dang, girl, this is really fun. This is a whole new start that so many people would give their eye teeth for, that they don't have that option. So that is a little bit different than, oh man, I just spent all my time and I left everything that I loved and all the people I thought he was going to be it. I thought we were going to have babies and ride off into the sunset, and this is not the way I wanted it. Oh, poor me. Different.
Yeah.
And it's up to you. This is totally up to you. This has nothing to do with him. You get to play. 6 months.
Right.
6 months.
I can do that.
Yeah. It's not the end. And worst case scenario is the best case scenario. The best case scenario is you can absolutely look at him and say, darling, I called Dr. Marissa again. No, darling, I really, I have not given up on us. I have not, thrown the baby out with the bathwater, but I have really, really, really put my mind, body, spirit, soul into making my move here work.
Mhm.
And here are the things that work, and here are the things that we can adjust and compromise with. Or here are the things that work, and here are the things that I just cannot seem to get to the middle on. But you're not going to even, you cannot rehearse this 6-month speech now.
Right.
Do
Right.
not prepare that speech. Keep your mind and heart open. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
It's
true.
you get to really, really, really enjoy Carolina. And you. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're absolutely
I appreciate
welcome.
you so much.
Aw, it's my blessing. All right. So you have your homework.
I have my homework. We'll have to get back together in 6 months.
Yes, it'll be another 6 months. We'll do another Dr. Marissa check-in, and actually, let's definitely plan that because I want to know before you talk to him. Oh, yes. So before you sit down and have that darling talk, I want to talk to you. Okay. So we have a date in 6 months. All right. Fabulous.
Thank you so much. You taught me so much. I appreciate it.
Wonderful, Stacy. Yay! That was so fun. I can't wait. Now I do remember that. Yeah, when she did those. I have photographic memory. I just have no memory stick lately. But I do we have the other color on already? No? Oh, good. We're going to go to Balance Bar. But before we go to Balance Bar, I do want to say I'm going to miss you guys. No, I'm not leaving forever. But I am going on this fabulous, fabulous trip that's been actually on my bathtub list, not my bucket list because those are too small. Tomorrow I get to fly to be the wedding singer at one of my favorite niece's weddings in Toronto. So Isabella and Lucas are finally tying the knot, and I get to sing a Shania Twain song from I've sang that last fall for my chairman of the board's wedding. So I'm making my rounds and taking my beautiful 2 girls with me, and then come back on Sunday and then turn around and I get to go to the land down under. And I've always wanted to go. I actually wanted to go 3 years ago and was asked to go and teach in a group. And I decided not to go because there's very few places. This is the last place that I've not been that I've really wanted to go on the planet. And so I said I would wait to go with a guy, like, have a romantic destination, save one place on the planet to go with the guy, right? Because, I do everything on my own. I'm qualifying for take my advice. I'm not using it about relationships. So I said, I'm not going to go. I'm going to wait for a guy. That was 3 years ago. Well, so when you go on trips to faraway places like that, you cannot do it like, I'm going next weekend. You have to plan 6 to 9 months right ahead of time for a big trip like that. Well, my relationships have been lasting like 6 to 9 weeks. So I figured the chances of me actually being with the same guy I planned this trip with is pretty nil. And then I heard that the Great Barrier Reef was dying. So I said, screw it, that's it. I'm going. So that was 9 months ago when we decided. And so I get to go on this wonderful cruise to learn and to teach law of attraction with Abraham Hicks. I'm very, very excited and get to do some balanced Tai Chi Gong on the deck and also go to the Sydney Opera House and see Hamlet because that's what I really wanted to do. And then the coup de grace is to go and go on a liveaboard and dive in the Great Barrier Reef. And I'm so excited about that. But I haven't ignored you or forgotten about my listeners. I have an amazing lineup already set. We've been pre-recording like crazy. So next week, 19 covers of Men's Health Fitness. Owen McGibbon will be on. The week after that, Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa, one of your favorite co-hosts, Davey Ward. Where it's an out of this world show. Let me tell you, she usually talks about anything but Ask Jarvis. That week was, so you're going to have fun with her. It's all about men's pleasure. And then the week after that, I'm happy to have Kathy Garver, who for many of my listeners, my largest bracket is 40 to 60 age group. And so if you remember that show Family Affair, she was Sissy. And so she will be on then. And then I'll be back live and in person for another call-in. So that's my lineup. So for those of you who are wondering if I'm leaving you because I'm going to be gone a month, I'm not leaving you. I have all the shows ready and lined up for you. And this is time for our the time where we thank our sponsors who make this show possible. So I'll be back in 2. Peace in and peace out.
Do you want more life balance? Are you 88% happy with your health and well-being, your relationships, your livelihood? If yes, do the Abundance. If no, and you'd like a life balance tune-up and align those head, heart, spark plugs and smog check the BS belief systems that are clogging your lifelines, contact Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura at www.4balance.org for a session on the air or a private one on the beach.
Thinking about your boobs? Or maybe having a boob job? Before you do, come and see Conversations About the Girls, a play that examines a woman's relationship with her breasts and how it is changed by the world around her. The 10th anniversary celebration production of Conversations About the Girls is October 23rd to the 25th. For tickets, go to conversationsabouttthegirls.com or facebook.com/About the Girls. All right. Welcome back. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa. And today it's the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura on the air because this is the time of the month where I get to talk to callers about their life tires and if their critic or their perfectionistic part of themselves is driving them off the life cliff. And also a chance to look at BS or belief systems that don't help them, that need to be smog checked in that critical thinking. So just now, if you were tuned in, you had a nice earful from Stacy from North Carolina, and she is a repeat caller because we're doing a repeat session today of callers who have called in the past, who are coming back and checking in because I asked them to check in to see how they were doing with the advice that I gave them 6 months ago or somewhere in that vicinity. So that was Stacy beforehand. And if you missed her and are just tuning in now, you can also hear that again this Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA. AM 1050, or you can always call in to listen for free, 832-999-1050, and that's Thursday at 7. But it looks like we have our second caller on the line, and we did speak before, and please welcome Lynn from DC to the show. Again. Hi, Lynn.
Hello, how are you?
I am happy and grateful. And thanks for coming back. And in order to connect with you, we're going to do my little breath thing again. Feet on the ground, palms up, eyes gently closed. If you could breathe in and connect with me, breathing in and releasing through the mouth. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. And one more deep breath in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. And release. And when you're ready, open your eyes. All right. And remind my listeners who may have missed our episode before what the nature of your call was.
Well, I was moving from LA to DC, and I had some concern about living in a place that I had left just the year before. And I was experiencing some level of anxiety connected to that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was the nature of the call.
All right. And my co-producer Jarvis tells me that actually something had happened on that episode that we were not aware of. And by the way, I don't know if your phone is, are you on we've got a little static here and I don't want to miss anything.
Say it again.
Your phone's a little bit staticky, so I don't want it
Okay,
to
can
miss
you hear me
anything.
better now?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So what happened on the last call that we weren't aware of until afterwards?
Well, you were using a lot of language that was connected to agriculture, like seeds, planting, harvest, and I had written a children's book that used that kind of language. It was really a children's book for myself to teach me about patience, and the book was called Seeds, and how through planting seeds, like something is going on underneath the soil that we don't see, and we just have to trust. And the language you were using, it was directly connected to the language I was using with the book, and so
I was reading.
Wow,
I was reading
really
your book.
with me.
So I had no idea that you had this book or what it was about, and I was using words with the advice that I was giving you that directly related to that book.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when I do that. I'd like to take credit.
Yes, you should.
No, I can't. I can't. That means I was particularly connected that day with the source, the friendly universe, because that's the only way that happens. Because when I think too much, I get in the way. So I'm really grateful that was a nice little bonus to our call. All right, see if we can do it again today. No pressure. Let me read your mind. No. Okay, so now I do remember that I had asked you where you were moving, and you were moving back into your parents' place. And I had this premonition that you were there to finish or to complete some work that was not complete with a relationship with your parents. How is that going?
Okay, so what is happening is I moved away from my parents, but I lived with my parents, and now I moved away to complete something with school that is connected, but my relationship with them, it is connected to my relationship with them.
All right.
So I lived with them, but I wasn't very present while I was there.
Got it.
And I came back to D.C. to finish something.
Right.
But it turns out that through returning to D.C., I'm reconnecting with my parents in a way that I wasn't before. For instance, a couple of weeks ago, I returned to LA just to be around family and be around my dad for his birthday.
Oh, nice.
And so there's a different dynamic that's emerging that I'm very much comfortable with. And comfortable in the sense like it's not easy, but I'm aware that it requires growth, and that's where I want to be right now.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So what can I help you with today?
Today.
Take that breath.
Yeah. Today, I just returned from Miami, and I'm in this space where, just to be honest,
Yes.
I'm really ready not to be single anymore. I divorced 2 years ago, and I'm so ready to be back in a relationship. And there's so many options. Like, a lot of people are interested in dating me, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm all over the place, and I'm really not. I'm usually just like in a relationship or in a relationship, and it's really odd for me to not be in a space where I'm just dating a bunch of people, and I'm really ready just to like not date and just be with someone already. But this is just where I am now.
All right.
But
let's get you a little more balanced, because it does sound like you're doing hot potato dating.
Yes.
Okay, let's sit that potato down. Ready? Okay, feet on the ground. Are you feet on the ground? So I want you to just take a breath in, and I want you to describe to me the Friday night of comfort. So you're with your man. You're with a man that you have a chosen, committed relationship with, and describe how you're feeling. Not what you're doing, but describe how you're feeling. hot, cold, warm, horny?
Could it be even? Like,
Even?
I feel like that word even came to mind.
Okay,
Like,
good.
I feel even.
Even.
There's such a thing.
No. The even means not a lot of drama. Yeah? Comfortable. Even. Comfortable. Give me some more words. Even keeled. Even tempered. Light. Okay, so not heavy.
Not heavy.
Not heavy. So light, airy, lighthearted, open, go with the flow, easy.
Yeah.
Easy as a Sunday morning. Easy as a Sunday morning. It is. What do you see doing together? Hiking together, sitting holding hands, watching a movie together, going on the water together. What are you doing? Dinner parties. Okay, so lots of people, friends, laughing.
Yes.
Okay.
Walking around the city.
Walking around the
Falling
city.
into something to do.
Okay. So keep going. This is good. There's a method behind my madness here. Keep going. Okay, what else? You're walking around, you see something, you both go and do it. Was it unexpected? Wasn't planned, but you're going with it. Okay?
Or nothing at all.
Or nothing at all. Sitting comfortably. Do you like reading?
I love reading.
Okay. You're reading. What is he doing? Is he reading?
Maybe he's watching television.
Okay, he's a couch potato. No, he's watching TV. Okay, you're reading, but you're comfortable, so he's not a jabberwocky, right?
Right.
Okay, so debater. Do you like debating things?
Talking.
Not necessarily debating. Okay, so argumentative is probably not.
Right.
Right. Okay. So what we just did, you just described your guidelines on how to decide who to go on a second date with and who not to go on a second date with. You just described a man who is somewhat spontaneous, who's somewhat adventurous, who's somewhat social, who is not a big drama, who enjoys some downtime, who is non-argumentative, so probably not a lawyer.
Right.
Okay. Someone who is easy. So, do any of the guys that you've been dating fall in that category? 80%?
Well, the guy that I'm going out with tonight, he's cooking dinner for me. So, and this is our first time meeting outside of my friend's party where we met. So we'll see.
That sounds good right there. Don't be this negative Nelly. I can hear it. Okay, we're already looking for something wrong to kick him to the curb for. For goodness sakes, a man is cooking you a meal, and you are looking for something to go wrong. What? I'm gonna kick you to the curb in a second. No wonder women get bad raps. Oh, Jarvis is standing up and singing to the choir right now. You just go and enjoy. And here's the thing. I don't want you to have a list I know I just gave you some qualities that you're looking for, but I'm not giving you those so you can use them to go check X, check X, check X. That's way too cerebral. That's way too analytical. I want you to be with you. I want you to really be in your body, in your soul, and see how you feel. How do you feel when you are with the man that you're dating? Does it feel easy? Does it feel fun? Does it feel lighthearted? In that moment, does it feel good? If it feels good, then have another moment. If he wants to take you out again, you go out again. If you want to go out with him again and he's kind of looking for a little encouragement, you text him and say, that was the best date I've had today. No, I'm kidding. That was a really great, now you know why I'm single, right? Jarvis is pointing fingers and laughing at me. So, give him a little encouragement. That was a really beautiful time. That was such a nice thing for you to cook. Your food was out of this world. Give him a sign. Okay. So just date from date to date. Try not to go from date to full-on relationship. I'm really tired of being single and I want to be with someone. Because that's a sure way to knock off people off of their little stool. Okay? One date at a time. All you want to do is have a good date. If you don't have a good date, you don't have to go out with him again. If you have a good date, you get to go on another date and another date and another date, and we'll see. One of the biggest BS belief systems that we have is that somehow there's this, rush to the finish. Why can't we just enjoy where we are without all of that? Because all of that, there's no guarantee in all of that. When I ask my clients to think about a wonderful relationship in the past or a wonderful memory of something, they'll start talking and they'll go, yeah, but it ended. Yeah, but it didn't last. Mm-hmm. And it's like, who cares if it didn't last? It was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful chapter in your book of romance. And that's what this life offers, is that we can have as many chapters as we want. We don't have to focus on the last page. We can focus on all the good stuff that was in between. And then when we get to that point where it's 80% not working, it's okay. The person's not the problem. You may be the problem, but
You're right.
you just go, okay, next chapter. It's not that big of a deal. Intbod. Balance tool. It's not that big of a deal. It was just a chapter. And it was a beautiful chapter. Marriages are sometimes more complicated chapters, but every relationship is a chapter. So go have a really good home-cooked meal chapter tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My blessing. And I'm so, I don't know if I got that, if I did the Twilight Zone with you again, but I know, actually, I have a feeling that this is going to be a good date tonight. I have a feeling.
I do too.
Yeah. We went from, we'll see.
While we were on the phone.
Okay, Twilight Zone again. I'm sorry. That was it. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Let's give her a little applause. I have to close out now. I'm butting up against the end of my time, but thank you so much for coming on, Lynn.
Thank you.
And check in again. We'll see what happens. If you end up marrying this guy, I get a wedding present.
All right. Sure thing.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. It's the end of the show. It's time for the Balance Bar, where I get to tell you, I think I mentioned at the beginning of the show, those who were not tuned in, please join me in Culver City tonight at 7:30 for an advanced screening by special arrangement with the Oprah Winfrey Network of Belief, her fascinating series that starts October 18th on the OWN network. But we get to see it, and you get to also get some free music from the amazing Agape International Choir, which I get to be a first soprano diva at, and that's at 7:30 tonight in Culver City. More details, agapelive.com as well. I did tell you all of the, oh yes, Balance Bar, day 13 on the 21-day fast from complaining. This is the day that we commemorate every month the victims and the families of the Seal Beach salon shooting, which is from my hometown. And it's also, again, we're not remembering the loss so much as the healing and the love and all the beautiful lessons that we got from those who were with us for the time that they were with us. And if you missed last week's show where we actually talked about how to not marinate in our grief, I worked with Vanessa, who lost her mother, her husband, and her daughter in the short span of a year and a half. Please do go to YouTube or iTunes or Stitcher and find that show. All right. Let's see. And next week, we have 19-time men's health and fitness cover model, Owen McGibbon, and he will be on the show. And it's kind of funny. We're both single, so it ended up kind of being a first date. So you'll have to tune in to see that. And then after that, we have the sexual healing with Dr. Marissa, followed by Kathy Garver from from The Family Affair on TV sitcom, and then I'll be back from Australia, the land down under, to be with you for a call-in show again, November the 10th. So I will see you then. In the meantime, just stay tuned to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa. That's that with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
Learned to cry at an early age. People around me, my heart in a cage. It was a book, don't turn a page. I couldn't see past my rage. I wanted to dance, but I pushed you away. Now I'm on my knees, I'll listen to what you say. And you said, be my partner, dance with me. Just hold on, I will lead. Don't be afraid if you can't see. I promise you joy in the midst